America, the land of freedom, innovation, and, once upon a time, the dominant force in the global auto industry. But in the 21st century, that title no longer belongs to us. How did we go from Henry Ford's groundbreaking assembly lines to watching China revolutionize the electric car industry? What does this mean for the future of the American auto industry? And most importantly, could Donald Trump, the man who promised to make America great again, actually be pushing our once mighty industry toward disaster? This isn't just about cars anymore. This is about the livelihood of millions of Americans, our position in the global economy, and the ever-widening gap between the US and China. But there's a more personal question at play. Can America afford to fall behind? Will the decisions made in Washington under Trump's administration secure our future or bring it to its knees? Let's dive deep into this, exploring the past, the present, and the storm that could change everything. Let's take a journey back to the 20th century. It's the 1950s, post-war America. Soldiers are coming home, suburbs are booming, and cars are everywhere. The automobile wasn't just a means of transportation. It was a symbol of American freedom, prosperity, and dominance. You weren't just driving, you were showing off your piece of the American dream. Henry Ford revolutionized the industry with his Model T back in 1908, but by the 1950s, America had something no one else could replicate. Our roads were filled with roaring engines. The thunderous power of muscle cars like the Mustang and the Charger, which reflected our national pride in engineering and innovation. America was setting the standard. The Big Three, Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, dominated the market. The automobile industry became a lifeline for the economy, creating millions of jobs and contributing nearly 3% of our GDP. But it wasn't just about numbers, it was cultural. The Saturday night drive-ins, the car races, the endless road trips across Route 66. Cars weren't just machines, they were America's pulse, a heartbeat of freedom, aspiration, and progress. But here's the kicker. It's not just a story of nostalgia, it's a story of complacency. Because while we basked in our success, the rest of the world didn't sit idle. The industry that once embodied our relentless pursuit of innovation began to fall behind. The real question is, how did it happen? Why did it happen? And is there any hope to reclaim our dominance? While America was resting on its laurels across the Pacific, China was quietly plotting its automotive revolution. They weren't just watching, they were learning, fast. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, major American and European automakers flocked to China, seduced by the promise of cheap labor, massive market potential, and government incentives. General Motors, Volkswagen, Toyota, they were all eager to set up shop in what would become the world's largest car market. But China wasn't playing the same game. They weren't content to be the factory workers of the world. No, China had a different vision. They saw these partnerships as stepping stones to something much bigger. By inviting foreign automakers to share technology and build cars locally, China was laying the foundation for its own dominance. It was a brilliant strategy. As American and European automakers built plants, China's own automakers quietly learned everything they could, absorbing the knowledge, mastering the technology, and quickly surpassing the teachers. Today, brands like BYD, NIO, and Geely are leading the charge, especially in the electric vehicle sector. And let's not forget, while we were arguing over fuel efficiency and emissions standards, China was investing billions into clean energy and electric vehicles. While America clung to its past, China sprinted into the future, and now they're miles ahead. Electric cars, autonomous driving, battery technology, China's leading in all these areas and they're not slowing down. And then came Donald Trump. In 2016, he promised to revitalize the American auto industry, bring jobs back, protect American workers, and crack down on foreign competitors. At first glance, his policies might have looked promising to some. He cut taxes, rolled back environmental regulations, and imposed tariffs on foreign imports. But here's the catch. Did any of that actually help American automakers compete in the long term? Or were these moves just band-aids on a bullet wound? Take Trump's rollback of Biden's electric vehicle mandate. Biden's plan was ambitious. 50% of all cars sold in the US would be electric by 2030. It wasn't just about cars, it was about positioning America as a global leader in green technology. But Trump, in classic fashion, scrapped it without a second thought. He didn't just stop there. Federal funding for charging stations? Gone. Tax credits for EV buyers? Eliminated. So what's the grand strategy here? Is Trump trying to resurrect the gas guzzlers of the 70s? Is he hoping for a revival of the coal-powered car? Because that's what it feels like. He's stuck in the past, while the rest of the world, especially China, is racing into the future. And let's be clear, China isn't waiting for us. They're investing billions in electric vehicle infrastructure while we're busy debating whether climate change is even real. This isn't just short-sighted, it's dangerous. The stakes couldn't be higher. While Trump is hitting pause on electric vehicles, China is speeding ahead, full throttle. Since 2009, China's government has poured $347 billion into their electric vehicle industry. That's more money than most countries' entire national budgets. And it's not just about cars, it's about building the infrastructure, charging stations, battery factories, and software that will define the future of transportation. Let's talk about the tech. China isn't just making cars, they're making machines that are smarter, faster, and cheaper than anything the US has to offer. We're talking about vehicles with autonomous driving, ultra-fast charging, and advanced multimedia systems. Cars that are practically smartphones on wheels. And here's the kicker, they're doing it at a fraction of the cost. An electric vehicle in China can be up to 30% cheaper than its American counterpart. How are we supposed to compete with that? If we don't catch up soon, we'll be left in the dust. And it's not just about our cars. It's about the millions of American jobs on the line. It's about our place in the global economy. And right now we're losing. We're not out of the game entirely. Companies like Tesla have proven that American ingenuity can still shine, even in the electric vehicle market. And major automakers like Ford and GM are finally starting to invest in electric cars. But is it enough? The road ahead is steep, and time is running out. If America wants to lead again, we need more than just one or two companies making electric vehicles. We need a comprehensive strategy. A strategy that encourages innovation, that attracts investment, that makes it easier for companies to build and consumers to buy electric cars. And that means making tough political decisions. Do we continue to subsidize fossil fuels, or do we invest in clean energy? Do we let foreign automakers flood our market, or do we protect our industries? These are the decisions that will determine the future of the American auto industry. And so, we come back to the central question. What will Trump's legacy be in the American auto industry? Will his policies help or hinder our ability to compete in the 21st century? Is he setting us up for a fall, or will we rise from the ashes stronger than ever? The auto industry isn't just about jobs or GDP, it's about identity. It's about what kind of country we want to be. Do we want to lead the world in innovation, or are we content to watch from the sidelines as others shape the future? One thing is clear, if we don't act now, we risk losing not just our place in the auto industry, but our place in history. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us and ensures you won't miss the next big controversy.